Hi guys, I know you have a lot to read tonight, so I wanted to show you some of my teacher notes and summarize the chapters so that you have a better idea of what you are listening to or reading in the Scarlet Pimpernel. So we're reading chapter 21 and it's titled Suspense, and it is basically the building up of what is to come for Lady Blakeney and Sir Andrew, folks who are out searching for Percy. They need to warn him. So we have, they go to find rest at the Fisherman's Rest, and Mr. Jellyband's face is now expressed distress in the spite of himself. He's even got this motif of the mask going on. He doesn't know exactly what Sir Andrew Ffoulkes and Lady Blakeney are up to, but he doesn't think it's anything good. Jellyband thinks that they're having kind of a love affair, but Marguerite realizes that those concerns of her worrying about what he thinks right now are petty, so she realizes that her own concerns were petty as well. The idea struck Marguerite chiefly from its humorous side. There were such quaint contrasts between the seriousness of her errand and the construct which would naturally be put upon her actions by honest Mr. Jellyband. Like I said, the title is Chapter of Suspense, and it does build suspense because they are waiting to go across the sea to Dover so that they can find Percy. However, no one has been able to cross the channel because of the storm, and so while they waited out, Sir Andrew Ffoulkes, rouses Marguerite with stories of the Scarlet Pimpernel to kind of bring her peace and to leave her at rest, knowing that her husband is doing something very, very honest and true. And then in chapter 22, they arrive in Calais, Paris, Calais, France, and I want you to look at the setting of France. How is it being described? The weariest nights, the longest days. Gradually, the gray coast of France began to emerge from the fast-gathering evening mists. As soon as they arrive, the French Republique, they're spitting on the ground and saying, "Sacré aristos, sacré Anglais." They cannot, because sacré means sacred, they cannot be harmed. Because they are not native of France, and so even though they are not native, they're still being judged by the people of France. They find refuge in knowing that Percy Blakeney went to the Chat Gris, which is kind of like an inn and restaurant, and all the while Sir Andrew is putting on a front for the Brogard, the innkeeper. He is not letting his insecurities show, and that's probably a good thing at this point in time because Marguerite and Sir Andrew do not want to arouse suspicion. So they sit down and enjoy, if you can, a bowl of soup, some bread, and wine, but knowing that the Brogard wants nothing to do with these people. He's spitting on the ground again. Sacré aristos, he's murmuring. He really could care less about his customers at this point in time. So great customer service. Percy was there, and so they decide that they are going to stay there so that they can warn Percy. In chapter 23, it's entitled Hope. Andrew Ffoulkes shares with Marguerite that he did see Chavaillant at the coast of Dover about 5 minutes after they had departed. And so Marguerite, she starts thinking back about how much danger they're in. She completely forgets about her brother and the Comte de Tournay. And so this brings about more pressure and more distress to Marguerite. However, this chapter is titled Hope. There was that 1 hour that Marguerite and Andrew have to make it to Percy and to warn him. There's so much figurative language here in this chapter. There's a lot of imagery, idioms, metonymy, metaphors, and there's character shifts within Marguerite. She's very feminine in her forgetfulness. Oh, women. Forgetfulness of her troubles. As one heavy with her tears gathered in her eyes, she's basically has no identity outside of her male counterparts. But later, she hears, about Percy. He would do brave in any danger, run the wildest risks, soon then break it. And this kind of gives her strength. So she owns up to her feminine side and decides to put on her big girl pants and wait it out so that she can warn her husband as well. So Sir Andrew and Marguerite strike up a plan with the innkeeper, and they say, please hide her as we wait for our friend, and Sir Andrew's going to go out. So they split up. But is the Progard trustful? Is this plan going to backfire? He's French. Of course it will backfire. Andrew and Marguerite split up, which is the worst thing that they could possibly do. And you can see that the next chapter is titled The Death Trap. So enjoy thinking about what's going to happen later on.